Good morning. I want to talk about something. I know it's Mental Health Month. You guys can see I'm still a little messed up. I haven't really hit the mirror to do the comb because I wanted to film this as an honest and more raw thing. I'd actually not wish I'd comb my goatee a little bit. Um, I wanted to talk about the day after a campaign and how that feels. I know this isn't really a secret for anyone who's done a campaign, and I don't want to ever talk about anything as a one size fits all. Sorry, I've got a bad headache, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So nothing's one size fits all. I want to start off by saying that so I can just talk to you about my experiences and what I've heard from other people. Did a great campaign, just highs you wouldn't believe. We wound up getting project we love. And it was 10 days since we known about it, and I can't tell you how much that mattered. And it was a very emotional last day. We got to say our thank yous and all that. And as I started going to sleep last night and everything had calmed down, I started to feel sick and just worn out and beat up. And I'd been feeling that way for a couple of days because a lot of people don't realize how much energy goes into it. Your own emotional energy goes into this. Sometimes you stay up a little later. Sometimes you're not sleeping as much. You put it all in because you believe in it. Especially for me, this project I believed in like no other. And it's not like I don't believe in the other projects so much, but this one was like it just I can't explain it. It just was the belief went to my DNA, and there was a lot that went into it. And you can hear my voice is a little raspy. I've done as many interviews as I can. I've got a horrible headache now. My stomach hurts. All physical effects of this process. And after it, the adrenaline of it goes away. There are no more pledges. You can't check your phone anymore for pledges. It all kind of just stops. And a lot of people talk about taking a few days off after it. I have not seen that experience. Usually it's just time to get back to work if you've put anything else off. And for me, physically, because of the back, this takes a toll on my back. So I wake up a lot of times the next day in a lot of pain, like I am now. I haven't taken any Advil yet. I'm actually taping this just a few minutes after waking up because I wanted to talk about it. I know it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I wanted to explain this for any creator out there who hasn't done a campaign to understand that the next day can't hurt. The next day, you could even be depressed. There's a bit of a drop, because we're getting acknowledgement with every pledge, and that starts to feel good. And then suddenly, everything just stops abruptly. You fund, and all of that excitement just goes away, and you're just kind of left to think about it. And you could get nervous about if the project's going to come together the way it should. You get nervous about, especially if you're newer, you get nervous about trying to get the rewards out. You've gotten successful to this point, so some advice is just to relax. Be thoughtful of your next couple of updates. Try to take a day to figure out how to do your surveys at least. Realize it takes 14 days to get money, but it's okay to take that time to get everything ready. I already told the printer, I've talked to the printer, and we're going to be sending the books to the printer probably by the end of this week, if not sooner. We're not going to wait very much, so they're going to be getting the books. They already have the file for Jax. We only have to make a couple changes with covers and stuff, and so sometime this week we'll send it out. You just got to make yourself a plan. You planned the Kickstarter. You knew how it went. Don't be surprised the next day if you feel a little low, feel a little depressed. It's natural. It is actually natural. It's just part of the process. You just went through a campaign. You have advocated for something you care about. You've put yourself out there, and there is no just when you fund, it's another emotion, and you get this huge feeling from it. When all that calms down, you kind of crash a bit. And it's normal, and it's perfectly fine. I've been through this enough that I know the process. I understand it. I've also had campaigns fail, so I know the process in the opposite way, where you've done everything you could. And Cat Dad was like that. We failed twice, and there was depression that went with that. But I mean, look, we made it successful. We came back. We did it. Well, the point I'm trying to make to you guys is that you're for some of you, it's an emotional roller coaster, and at the end of it, it's going to leave you beat up. You're going to feel it. We were only on Kickstarter 19 days, and we did amazing things with 19 days, but like, felt like an eternity to me right now. And you kind of get to be an adrenaline junkie for it a little bit, but it still takes a toll. But there's no rest for the wicked. I'm about to check out Jax's schooling stuff. We got to get back to work. My friend Advil will be spending the day with me. I'll try to eat something to get my stomach to feel better. I just wanted to take this time to make people recognize that if you're running a campaign, you feel this after it, don't be ashamed. It's normal. Talk to someone about it. Especially people who ran campaigns, a lot of them will get it. And especially in this time, because we're talking about mental health. And I had said this, and it's true. And I saw a couple other creators say this, and it's very poignant. When I first started, when this whole thing started, I was first on Kickstarter with my Barbara Unleashed for the BDSM survey, and that was completely different. I felt stress about even having funded because I was afraid that people would need money back, and not afraid to give it to them, but just afraid that we had taken money from someone who needed it. So I'd spent the next couple of days actually working with a few people to make sure they get their money back. And excuse me. And I got the people the money back that they needed. So that was a different process. So I didn't feel excitement. I felt concern after that Kickstarter. But it gave me something to do. And even going into this, like there was a 1 week period where I didn't really have anything going on. And I suddenly was watching the news a lot and I was paying attention to the pandemic. Right now, I was so heavily invested in this. And I had, of course, the schooling with Jax, all the panels I'm doing. I've been very busy. And suddenly you're done. You know, I'm going to send the files away. It's going to be like 2 weeks till we get the money. So, I mean, I could start making the packages. I can find busy work. I can keep myself busy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I can't, but I'm saying there's suddenly, you're done with the campaign. You suddenly look around and go, well, what's changed here? I really haven't been paying attention. And now we're stepping into a pandemic still raging on. And I get it. I get it. It's not affecting me too much because I paid attention to it, but I certainly get how it could be, because this is a great distraction. Some of what I do with the panels, that's also helping my sanity, because I have these panels still to go to, and it keeps a normalcy in my life. So, you know, understand you're a creature that has emotions, and those emotions tie into your health. So expect it, kind of deal with it, let it happen. Last night I got real depressed after it, and it sounds weird. You just had this huge victory, you just did all this, and you know, I honestly felt like crying because we're talking about mental health. And I couldn't actually bring myself to cry. Sometimes it's actually good to cry, I think. Even as a man, I don't care what anyone says, it's good to cry. Sometimes it's just an emotional cleanse. I just couldn't get it out last night. I was just blown away. All the support, getting a project we love. You don't understand. That's something that I never thought I would get, being someone who writes a fetish book. I knew that they would never give it for that book. And then when this just did not get attention, I never expected it. So it just, I had actually accepted the fact that I would never get it. And that was blown away by it. So I had all these emotions, and suddenly it was just done. And I was watching The Undertaker thing. And The Undertaker, for those who don't know, they're showing him basically his end of his career in this new chronicle. And I'm watching it. It's heavy stuff, man. And I was like, wow. Like, we'll talk about the worst thing. And my advice after a campaign successfully funds, watch something fun after last night. But so I watched the Undertaker thing, and it was just like, yeah, I felt it. I felt the And the depression was weird because you start to just, I guess, almost second guess yourself. Like, did I earned everything that just happened? Like, was I just a used car salesman? Like, you start doubting yourself even a little bit at times. And I know that from the past that I kind of felt this way. So, and normally I would never share this. This is not something that, even as open as I am with my journey, I never share it with people because it's a very deep part of yourself. And I don't think we talk about this, but because it's Mental Health Month, I wanted to share this with you guys. I wanted to give other creators to know it. And there are going to be a lot of feelings because, again, you've had an adrenaline rush. This is something that you have worked so hard to and it's successful. And suddenly all that's gone and it leaves this hole. And just be careful with that hole. Be careful how you fill that hole. Careful what you put into that hole. And understand it's going to come and just go through the process of it. Let everything calm down. I suggest happy stuff, not watching the Undertaker's thing, especially if you're an Undertaker fan. Watch a happy movie, relax, try to chill out. Don't be surprised if you have very weird dreams the day you fund. And and again, there's inside, I'm blown away. I feel like as much as there's a bit of a low, I also understand the success that we've had, and I'm happy about that. So it's weird. It's bittersweet. You're also not feeling well a lot of times. Like for me, my throat's, you can hear it. I'm probably going to lose my voice if I don't calm it down and try to be a little more quiet for the next couple days, or at least a couple hours. Just let it rest. You might have a headache if you're like me. Your back's killing you from all the stress because even remember, good stress is still stress on your body. You might get a cold. You might feel sick for a couple days. You go through a lot, and I don't want to. I want to say there's a word. I'm just not there with the headache. I don't want to keep going for no value of it. I just wanted to share this. And just a heartfelt thank you to everyone who shared it, who spoke about it highly, spoke about it at all. I just can't say thank you enough. And that's also like, you feel that you feel like you just can't give back what you've been given. And I know that, as someone who's gone through this and talked to other creators, I realize that my job now is to deliver on the book, to get it out to you. And we're already working on getting the PDFs out today. We're going to give it out through the actual Kickstarter itself during an update. We're going to use that process because it is the quickest process to get you the book, the PDF, and it will be sent out for everyone $2 and above. You will have that. For the $1 thing, I'm actually redoing it. I'm adding some extra colors. I'm going to make it match better. We're going to throw a cover on it and a back thing on it. We're going to make it look nice. The PDF will be ready today. That as well will go out today. So, just remember, we're all human. Take the time to talk about it. Reach out to people and feel those emotions because that's how you get past them. You got to deal with them. Don't bottle them up. Have the conversation. Even if you got to turn on a Facebook Live and have that cathartic moment where you're letting it all out and you're sharing it with people, have that. This is Mental Health Month, so really focus on trying to, talk about your mental health this month. Let other people know that they're not the only ones who feel that way because it's when we don't feel alone, that's when we feel better. So that's why I did this. Hopefully, one day this will find a creator who needs to hear it, or maybe one of you guys will do a project and you'll remember I did this video and you'll have finished your project and you'll be like, oh man, I remember Rob recorded that thing the next morning. He looked horrible. He looked like he had been beaten up, thrown in a microwave, dragged down the street. He looked just awful, man, hit by a bus. Let me go watch that video. It'll make me feel better. I appreciate you all. A lot of you have just done amazing things for me. I can't thank you enough. So the way I'm going to thank you is put out quality product that's going to entertain. So that's it for now. We'll be back at 4 p.m. Brian K. Morris starts in about 40 minutes. I'm gonna go take Advil so this pain stops. The pain is so bad that I'm actually tearing as we're talking. So that's how much pain I'm in. But I'm gonna be working on being a teacher today. I'm gonna be getting those PDFs and everyone's update. The just go to the Kickstarter a little later. I'm making sure I ask Chuck if this sounds right. The wording, I'm doing it right because I want the wording to come out nice. I'm taking it very serious. But you guys will have that update today. Remember to take care of yourselves. Remember, everyone always goes to the doctor when they hurt themselves and they want to know what's going on. But when emotionally we're not feeling well, we don't seek help, especially men from my generation. I only speak for that. This is from talking from other men. We were never taught to be expressive with our emotions. So please take care of yourself mentally. Reach out. If you need to reach out to someone, reach out to me. Lord knows I've been scarred by life, so I got a little bit of insight. And I got a good set of ears that are good for listening, just if you need to talk. With my eyes, they're getting old. They need a little help sometimes reading. I put the phone a little close to me to see things now, but I can still read, and I can be there to read your comments and let you know you're not alone. And this could be you're not alone. You're not alone, but we'll be back tonight at 8:00 for You're Not Alone. Thank you all for being you, for even watching this video, because that tells me that you're willing to look at mental health in a positive way. And I appreciate. Trico says, "Congrats on the campaign. Can't wait to read it. Get to rest and feel better." No rest for the wicked, my friend, but you'll get that book today. That book will be available in PDF today for all backers, $2 and more. You'll be able to read that book. $1, every $1 person will get an actual little preview book. So you guys are getting taken care of too. So don't worry about it. Everyone's getting something today because I know this is a time where everyone needs something new and entertaining and uplifting. So if I can do that, we're going to do that. Send it out today. For those of you who got the physical copies, we got that 14-day window for Kickstarter to be able to get the funds, to get the shipping funds. In the meantime, we'll start packaging it. But thank you, Trico. Thank you for the support. Again, it means the world to me. And couldn't be here without any of you. It's just the truth. And I know that, and I respect that. And that's why I advocate so hard and work so hard on the quality of my books. So I'm out. Take care of yourselves mentally. Make sure that you're talking to people. These emotions don't have to be scary. You just need the right people to be able to talk to. We're really good at talking about when something makes us angry. We're not as good when something is making us sad. And sometimes it's just being able to express it that will make you feel better. I know that even talking about it to you guys today has made me feel better. So thank you for listening this morning. I'm going to let you go back. It's Monday. Let's do Monday. I'll talk to everyone soon.